Hey, Jack, did you hear anything from your mom?
Yeah, she said that she broke her leg while hiking. She really pushed herself too far. She shouldn't be hiking at her age anymore. Her back is too weak for it these days.
We did our best to talk her out of it, but I guess she went anyway. She contacted me as well, by the way. She asked you to come and visit her in the hospital.
What, really? The hospital she's in is all the way upstate, though. Since she went hiking all the way over there.
She asked to be transferred back down here, but apparently they don't want to move her just yet, and it might take over a week for a free bed to appear in a hospital nearby. She wanted you to come visit at least one time.
Man, really? It's so far, though. The drive will take at least an hour one way. Why is it going to take them so long to transfer her?
I guess they don't want to move her straight after the trauma because of her age, and there is the thing about free beds, too. She wanted you to bring her some things since she'll be there for such a long time. I know you'll have to go out of your way, but do it for her, okay?
Why don't you go instead? I'm really busy at the moment. I don't have time to be wasting driving all the way there. Besides, aren't women more suited to things like this anyway? I think it would be way better for you to go instead of me.
I'm busy with work too, you know. And it's your mom. You shouldn't make me responsible for things like these.
She might be my mom, but she's also your mother-in-law. She even lives with us. Don't you feel any sense of familial responsibility towards her?
Yeah, but you know how she treats me all the time, don't you? And as for her living with us, that just happened out of nowhere. I wasn't even consulted about it.
Don't start complaining about that now. You agreed to it in the end, too.
That's true, but she doesn't help around the house at all. It's just more work for me. You told me that she would do her best to not make more work. And she promised that she would do her part around the house.
She's getting old, Tanya. It's hard for her to do much each day.
Then what about you? You could help me out with no problems. I also work, you know. I'm not at home all day.
But I'm way busier at work than you are. Don't compare your office work to mine. You've got it easy in comparison. That's why I make more money than you. I'm the one bringing home the bacon, you know?
Don't say it like that. Besides, even if you do make more than me, we'd struggle to keep afloat without both of our incomes. Especially with the way you and your mom spend money.
Don't spout such nonsense. You barely bring in anything compared to me. So I'll leave you to bring those things to Mom.
She seems to want you to be the one to visit, not me. Why not take some paid leave and drive up? That way you won't have to rush or try to fit it in on a work day.
Then why don't you take yours and go?
I used some recently to take your mom and a friend who was in town out for the day, remember? I can't just be using them all up like that. They might be more necessary later.
But you still have a bunch left. So you can do it. Anyway, I need to head back to work. Oh, and I'll be home late again tonight.
Wait, Jack. Just hold on a second. Don't put this on to me. This conversation isn't over. Jack! Jack, I have something to talk to you about, Amanda. Can you come back home early tonight?
No, I can't. Just tell me what you want to talk about over text.
It looks like she'll be in a wheelchair for the rest of her life.
What?
You know, she got checked out of the hospital and was given the clear to live at home. But it seems like she hasn't been going to the doctors for rehabilitation at all. And even when she was in the hospital, the doctor said all she did was complain and didn't listen to them. Can you talk to her about it? She should listen to you. Otherwise, she might really not be able to walk for the rest of her life.
Well, that's fine, isn't it? She's the one who was saying that she is fine with being in a wheelchair.
It's not fine. I asked my boss to reduce my shifts for a short time so that I could look after her until she got better. Are you telling me that I'm going to have to care for her like this from now on?
What's wrong with that? You can just quit your job.
Are you serious?
You don't make that much money there anyway. It will be a better use of your time to look after my mom.
You're not going to help me?
And how exactly am I supposed to help? My company won't let me take shorter hours for that.
But what about weekends and any time you have days off? You can look after her on those days.
I'm going to be tired from working all week long. What, am I not allowed to have any days off, even at home?
What about me? I don't get any time off with her. It's 24/7. I have to get up to help her go to the bathroom in the middle of the night. And she even keeps contacting me while I'm at work during the day. Then I come home and have to do all of the housework by myself. You need to help me out a bit more.
I have lots of important work to do, so I can't. Just shut it and look after her.
What happened to you? You've really changed ever since you started living with us. You used to listen to me and my opinions way more before. Now you won't take anything I say into consideration at all.
What? Me? I haven't changed at all.
I'm saying you have. You always come home late, and even on your days off, you're barely home. You never think of me at all.
Did you message me just to give me a scolding?
No, I didn't. That's not it. But I do want you to think more of the home and what's happening here, and not just work all the time. If things stay like this, I don't know if I can live with you anymore.
What are you saying then? Are you threatening me with divorce?
It's not a threat. I want you to realize that it could be a possibility if you push me too far.
And what are you gonna do if we divorce, huh? Both of your parents have passed away. Who's gonna look after you? You won't have anywhere to go.
I'll figure it out somehow.
It's possibly because you always act like this to me that I might have changed. I come home tired from work, and what do? Start complaining that my mom did this or she did that. There's nowhere for me to take a break even at home.
It's exactly the same for me, too.
I told you not to lump us together. You're just doing odd jobs. You don't work properly. Don't ask me anymore about my mom. She's your responsibility.
So you're not going to even talk to her about going to her rehabilitation program? Do you realize what will happen in that case?
No, I don't. I'll leave that to you. That's your job.
I didn't ask you what is my job or not. Next week, I'm meeting with the doctors at the hospital. You should come too. It's important.
God, you're so stubborn. Don't bring this up again.
Jack, have you seen my car keys? Did you take them by accident?
Yeah, I have them. You won't be needing them anymore.
What? Why? I'll be late to work without the car.
I already called ahead to your work.
What? About what?
Just quit your job. I also took your bank cards. So don't even think about running away from me.
What are you talking about?
I told your work that you won't be coming in anymore. You're gonna look after my mom full-time from now on.
You did what? You told them that I quit?
Yeah, exactly. Now that I'm the only one bringing in money, you better listen to what I say.
You're being serious. All of my bank cards are gone from my wallet.
It's not like you had that much money on your accounts anyway. You really were working for peanuts. There's no way you can survive without me. Make sure you listen to what I tell you now.
Peanuts? You think that what's on those accounts is all that I was making?
Well, I guess you did a pretty good job managing to save that much from such a low salary.
It's not like I had freedom to save all of my pay. It's been going to our expenses too.
So what? Even then, it doesn't hold a candle to how much I make in comparison. Listen up! From now on, your one job is to look after my mother. Don't leave the house without my permission. I've already decided this is how it's gonna be, so don't even think of complaining or refusing. Oi, Tanya, I just got a credit card bill of over $2,000. What the hell is this?
That's how much you and your mom spent. It's the same every month.
There's no way that's the case. I have always put in $1,500 for rent on the bills. We've always managed to get by on that.
I told you that I had been making up the difference from my own pay.
You weren't even making enough to make up the difference. We need another $2,000. Otherwise, we won't be able to pay. There's still a bunch of things to pay off this month, too.
I told you all of this before. You and your mom spend money so wastefully. Have a careful look at the bank statement. All of it was the two of you.
I just checked it. I never thought that you were spending this much.
I've shown you your receipts countless times, though. I guess you didn't pay any attention at all. You never listened to what I said properly.
More importantly, what are we supposed to do about this bill?
How am I supposed to know? I wasn't the one who spent the money. And you were the one who said that you'll take care of the finances from now on. You made me quit my job, and now I'm always at home.
I know. We can take it from your savings. You had over $500 in there. That'll cover it. Let's do that this month to settle everything.
Fine, whatever. I'll get that money back from you in the settlement anyway.
What? What settlement are you talking about?
The divorce settlement. The two of us are done.
Are you being serious about that? You're gonna divorce me while having no job or money of your own.
What's wrong with that?
You won't be able to survive on your own.
That's not your problem. Not like you actually care anyway. It's clear that you have no feelings of love for me anymore anyway.
That's not true.
I already know, Jack, that you've been cheating on me.
What?
I'm right, aren't I? All of a sudden, you started coming home late from work, and you weren't spending any time at home on the weekends anyway. It stands out kind of clearly.
Those things don't mean that I was cheating. With my mom in the house, I just didn't want to be around all the time, so I started to leave on weekends.
I thought that might have been the case at first, but that's not really the truth, is it? After you made me leave my job, I hired a private investigator to look into your behavior. And just as I thought, they came back and told me that you really were cheating. I don't need your excuses and lies. I know everything already.
Okay, I see. I'll break up with my girlfriend. Then it's fine, right?
It's not fine. Honestly, even more than that, the thing I can't forgive you for is how you've been acting towards me. You live your life and spend our money how you please while forcing all of the housework and your mother's issues onto me. I found myself always thinking why on earth I got married in the first place. What for? But I finally understood. The only reason I hadn't divorced you before was because I was still holding on to old memories of when things were better. I thought it was because I still loved you. That's not it.
Don't say things like that. It can make things work out better.
You're only saying that now. If we divorce and I leave, you're the one who will have to look after your mom. That's the only reason you care if I leave or not, right? I don't plan on living for the sake of your convenience anymore.
That's not it. I see now how I've been behaving, so think it over one more time. I help out with looking after my mom, and you can start working again too.
Oh, so now you want me to work because you realized how tight finances are? You really are just using me for your own gain.
I'm not!
I can't believe anything you say anymore. That's why I'm leaving. It doesn't matter how much you apologize to me. I'll be going for a big settlement in court, too.
A settlement? But I'm telling you that there's not a lot of money.
You can get a loan to pay me then, or pay it in installments. I don't care. You can sell your car, too.
Is there no way to avoid the divorce?
No. We can do this the easy way or the hard way. If you try to avoid the divorce, we'll have to do it through arbitration. But if you sign the divorce papers by the end of today, I won't go after your money in court.
How am I even supposed to pay off this credit card bill, though?
Why don't you ask your mom to help you out? It seems as though she has savings of her own. You can pay the card off with that and bring things to an end.
You're right, I'll do it like that. I'll sign the papers today, too. But could you do me a favor, even if only for a bit? Could you keep looking after Mom for me? I need some time to sort things out regarding her.
In that case, the situation changes. I'll see you in court.
Wait, no! Just for a few days more! Come on, you've just told me that you want to get a divorce. Isn't it fine to negotiate a little? Just give me a little time to sort things out properly.
Did you ever compromise or negotiate with me? No, you always chose things one-sidedly. You forced your mother onto me, even went ahead and called my job and told them that I quit. You made all of these decisions without compromises or even listening to what I wanted.
Look, I'm sorry. I thought it wouldn't hurt to ask.
I'm not your wife anymore. We're not family. Don't try to burden strangers with your mother and her problems.
I'm sorry. I know I'm in the wrong. I really have been horrible.
I know that. I'm divorcing you because I have finally opened my eyes to that. Listen here. You're going to sign the papers by the end of the day. If you don't, like I said before, I'm going to go after you in court. Understand? If so, don't bring up the divorce again or try to stop me. This is what I've decided. I won't accept any complaints or refusal. That evening, Jack returned home from work and meekly signed the divorce papers and gave me back the cards he had taken from me. I withdrew about half of what I had and gave it to him before leaving the house forever. Truth be told, I had been preparing for the divorce for some time. While working my regular office job, I also secretly worked another job on the side so that I could save up more. Of course, I opened a separate banking account that Jack didn't know about too. That's why he thought I only had around $5,000 in savings. I would have liked to leave him as soon as he forced me to quit my job, but there was a lot to prepare for. I needed to look for a place to live that I could move to immediately, and just generally make sure that I had enough money saved up to support myself with all the initial expenses that pile up when moving into a new house on your own. All of that took even longer than planned since I had to look after Amanda so much that I barely had any time to myself. In the end, though, I think the divorce and everything went rather smoothly. Really, the final straw was Jack telling my job that I would no longer be coming in. I had been agonizing over whether I should leave him or not, but that moment cleared all of my doubts and helped me make up my mind. It took a while, but I'm happy that I was finally able to make the right decision for me, and I have no regrets about it. The money that I had saved secretly in the separate account would also have been more than anything I would have gotten from Jack in the divorce. So I'm glad that I was able to leave him smoothly without his finding out about my secret account. Jack has contacted me a few times since the divorce. He has his hands full trying to work full-time while also looking after his selfish mom. He has asked me to help him out with looking after her again. It goes without saying that I refuse categorically. Later on, I also heard that Jack and the girlfriend who he was cheating on me with had a big fight and broke up. He could no longer spend all the time and money on her that he had before since I was no longer around to allow it. Apparently, Jack and his mom's finances are also kind of lacking, which leads to a lot of arguments between the two of them. It's only a matter of time before Amanda's savings run out too, and then they'll be in real trouble. I don't know what will come of them, but I doubt it'll be anything good. Of course, we are no longer married or have anything to do with each other. We're back to being strangers, so I couldn't care less about what happens to either of them. I have supported them long enough. From now on, I'm going to focus more on myself and do what makes me happy. I've also gotten a new job, so with that, I can have total financial freedom and enjoy my life to the fullest.